Now, you probably read the title of this video, and you might be asking yourself this exact same question. Why are all of the biggest guys in info all of a sudden starting to hire younger people? And the way I actually know this is because as a 16-year-old, I've worked with some of the biggest guys in the info space, including Max Inhouse, Moritz Neo, Giuliano Massarelli, and a whole lot more people. And in this video, I'm essentially going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the exact reasons why more and more younger people are starting to get hired by these big guys in info. And if you stay until the end of this video, I have a surprise for you. Now, I'm only 16 years old, and I've literally accomplished more than 95% of my age group. The average 16-year-old right now is out partying, out drinking, smoking, and they're not even doing anything with their life. But the other 5% of people, the ones who are actually trying to make their parents proud, actually do something with their life. Other 5% is the part that I'm actually part of. You know how in The Matrix, there's that scene where Morpheus gives Neo 2 pills. He gives him the blue pill and he gives him the red pill. And when you take the blue pill, story ends. You think exactly like everybody else. You have nothing in your life that is going for you. You think the exact same way everybody else does. You listen to the same music, do the same things. And it overall just makes you not stand out from the crowd, and it makes you a sheep like everybody else who people walk and they don't even like who they are. Now you take the red pill. Now this is the group of these young killers, the ones who are literally spending every single moment they have to make themselves better and the people around them better. For example, I have this group that I don't really speak about in public anymore. It's called GZT. We have 50 young killers in there, and they're all young, they're all under the age of 21, and they're all doing insane. For example, someone in the group literally the other day, like 2 people from the group combined, made $5.1 million. And this is just proof that the 5% of people actually exist. The blue pill of people, like the average people, are becoming less and less valuable. Now, you might be asking yourself, how does someone even get into this top 5% of the men who are actually doing something with their life? It wasn't just staying the same. It wasn't just doing what everybody else is doing. Truth is that they have to sacrifice a lot of things. While my friends were, going out, they were doing other stuff, like they were playing soccer, they were playing basketball, I was just at home working. I basically sacrificed my childhood for this. Yeah, so since I was 12 years old, I did not resonate with a single thing around me. I didn't even resonate with my own friend. And this made me leave a lot of the friend groups that I was in, simply because the desires that they have did not match with mine. While they were focused on, going out, going to play sports, going to do everything that a normal teenager was doing, I was just at home working. Like, in 2022, I started making music. And I didn't start making music for the same reason that everybody else makes music. Most people, they make music. I even have a good friend who makes music, and he's hosting events, killing it. But the reason why I wanted to get in music, because I saw that there was more to life than just being somebody that's average. And yes, this music career made me more popular in my hometown. It made me more known and everything. I was still overweight. I still wasn't making any money. And I still was the exact same person as everybody else. And instead of being this top guy that everybody wishes to be, I was just a guy making music who was getting clowned every single corner because of how bad my music was. And I could admit it, my music wasn't good whatsoever. And I didn't really have too much of a passion for making music. It was more for the materialistic side of things and being seen as someone who's better. As I said before, I was overweight. And in 2023, I knew something had to change. I legit lost more than 30 pounds in 6 months. I went from being like 62 kilograms to being 49 kilograms, which is absurdly low. And it was honestly a very, very interesting period because this was the time when I made my first dollar online. I legit got my first paycheck from making music. It was legit 50 cents. I worked all this time, spent hours making music, hours trying to publish it. I literally spent a whole summer trying to figure out how to get my music on all streaming platforms just for me to make 50 cents. And that legit was the most excitement I've ever had. I've made thousands of dollars online. I don't think I've had that much excitement as when I made my first dollar or first 50 cents. It was the point when I realized that this is actually possible and I can actually make a living off of this. I ended up quitting music later that year. And the reason for this is because I saw an opportunity that was much bigger, which was business. I saw this one kid who's now one of my good friends. He had a play button. He was making his parents proud. He was making money. And I saw this. He was the same age as me. And I was like, okay, if he's doing it, why can't I? So from that point on, I legit quit video games. I blocked the friend who I would always play video games with. And I literally decided to go all in on business. All in. I quit everything in my life. I quit video games cold turkey. I quit music. I quit literally everything to go all in on business. Now, I've had several failures in business, but it wasn't until end of 2024 where I was actually starting to be a bit profitable. Keep in mind, I started in business with nothing. I never invested a single dollar. And the first business that actually made me money was selling a course. And it wasn't just the typical course like, oh, buy my course to make $10 billion online. It was a course that taught people how to make money with the course and how to make money selling the course. We were essentially doing affiliate marketing, in short. And we would use theme pages to market it. And that's how we made our first bit of money online. And around this time as well, I started building my personal brand. The account that you guys are probably watching this video from, Danny.fresco, is the same account I've been building for 2 years now, since August of 2024. At this point on, I was reading a lot of books. I was like learning all about money. Like I read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Psychology, like all of the different financial books. I read them 2 years ago. While most people are trying to read them now, trying to get like more knowledge and everything, I read these books 2 years ago. And I knew that if I read these books when I'm young, I'm going to have my whole life to apply it. Now, fast forward to 2025. This brand that I was growing since 2024 now had 3,500 followers. I ended up getting invited to several events. For example, I don't know if you guys have heard of Mark Shapiro, but he invited me to this event that he was doing in his hometown. I literally joined his live video, and he sent a ticket to my email for completely free. This was one of the opportunities that I would have never gotten if I didn't build my personal brand. As well as this, I became a content director, which is essentially what I do now. I do content direction for other businesses, help them make more money through their content, back end, etc. And I ended up signing a few clients. Now, the year's not over for 2026, but I will make another video disclosing everything that happened this year. Now, all of this sounds super cool. Don't get me wrong, it sounds super cool being a 16-year-old, but the thing is that I had to sacrifice a lot for this. I had to legit give up a lot of my childhood. But I legit, while everybody else was going out having fun, I was focused on becoming the next Steve Jobs. Because the people who just go out, the people who do everything that the crowd does, don't get any recognition for it. But I always knew, since I was young, I was watching YouTube videos since I was 5 years old, that I wanted to be that one guy who's actually known for something, and known for something good. Steve Jobs legit changed how technology works. He created the iPhone, he created the MacBook, he created the iPad. A brand that nobody has ever seen before, which is kind of what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to do something that's never seen before. And looking back 4 years ago, seeing this fat kid to the person I am now, it just showed me what's actually possible, how much potential I had. And when you know the amount of potential you have, anything is possible. You take all the risks in the world because you're so locked in and you're so committed to achieving the mission that you want. And a big part to why I didn't quit is because I saw that initial bit of progress. When I got paid that first 50 cents, I knew that I could make $1 million off of this. Even though it's not music anymore, it's now business. The opportunities are much bigger, it's much more competitive, etc. That one source of progress helped me not give up at all. Because there was several times I wanted to quit, including this year. I had a business doing 5 figures a month that I legit burnt to the ground. I burnt this business to the ground. It was doing well already. And at that point, the following weeks, the weeks that followed were some of the worst weeks I ever had in my entire life. I legit couldn't sleep at night. I was going to bed like 2 a.m. in the morning, waking up at 5. I couldn't sleep. There was 3 hours every day that kept me going every single day. The thing is that I didn't realize until a few months later that it was a blessing in disguise, because I had clients who were mad at me. I had clients who didn't really like the work I was doing. But after these months passed, I'm having clients telling me how good what I'm doing is, like how much better my fulfillment got. And it's these moments right here that turn you from being a boy to being a man. I started at 12 years old as the fat kid, and now I'm the 16-year-old who everybody wants to be like. And at some point as well, you have to create a new identity for yourself. I legit had to kill the old version of myself to make my fulfillment better, to make my agency better, to make the people who know me's lives better. I legit went clean bald a few months ago. That's why I have a buzz cut now, and before I had longer hair. I went clean bald because I knew that if I wanted to transform my identity and change the person I am, I legit had to kill the old version of myself. I killed my old hair and I'm regrowing it to becoming a new person. And I'm going to put some pictures up right here. I'm putting some pictures up right here. I missed a few spots. I missed a lot of spots, actually. I looked like I had cancer. It looked like I had a hair transplant. And what this actually taught me is that you shouldn't chase perfection all the time. And yes, it was very, very obvious that these spots were there. But when you're trying to get something that's unachievable, when perfection is unachievable, then you don't hit it. You'll never hit it because you're chasing something that's humanly impossible. You can get as close to being perfect as possible by minimizing the amount of mistakes you make, but actually being 100% perfect is impossible. And this experience also made me appreciate myself, appreciate the people around me, what they actually do, and actually appreciating my hair, because there's some people who don't even have a good hairline, who, if they were to buzz their hair, if they were to go clean bald, that they would look so bad that they'll have a midlife crisis on what to actually do next. So I'm super, super grateful for that, because if not, they have to come to Turkey, the place that I'm in right now, and get a hair transplant. And I honestly think the only reason my clients are getting the results that they're getting is because I learned all of these lessons when I was young. And I think the way the market is moving, there's going to be more and more young entrepreneurs. I knew a guy who was 11 years old, who's in a Discord VC as an editor. Same way I started like a few years ago, as an editor. He's 11 years old and he's grinding. He's trying to become this version of himself. He's part of the 5% and he's 11 years old. Do you guys get that? And I think the way the market's actually moving is there's going to be more of these young entrepreneurs that eventually the market's going to be so inflated with these young guys who are killers that age is not even going to be something that people value anymore. We're going to have 9-year-olds growth hopping the biggest people in the space simply because they're good at what they do and not because of the fact that they're young. And what's funny is that the people who I work with, the only reason they work with me is because I'm competent. They could have hired somebody else who's older. But the only reason that I was able to get them results and actually help them scale is because I know what the I'm doing and I'm able to get them the results that they get. And I also believe that people saying they've been in the game for X amount of years, Y amount of years, it's not going to be the same as it used to be. Because with AI, we're able to speed things up so much faster. Like, what used to take days to write, we can make in a single minute with one prompt. We can ask ChatGPT or Claude to write a 1,000-word essay. Submit that as a school assignment. It takes 2 minutes to make. While on the other hand, we would have to spend weeks, spend months, spend years on things that never actually was able to happen. And AI is speeding things up. So the young people, if they start learning AI, then they could get to the level that some of these big creators are at as long as they're thinking for themselves. And the only way to separate yourself from these young people who are good is to become good yourself. Because I'm going to be 18 years old soon. I won't be able to use my age as leverage anymore. And that's when people are going to only want to work with me because I'm competent. And that's the only thing that people look at. Now, what I expect from you is this. Everybody who knows me, everybody who's ever encountered me knows that I hate transactional relationships. I hate working with people just for money and not building a genuine friendship and a genuine bond. I don't want anything in return. I don't even care if you work with me or not. I'm still gonna help you no matter if you pay me or you don't. And what I hope from you is this. By the end of this video, if you even watch some of my other content, I hope that you're inspired as a person. That's my mission, that's my goal. I want to make an impact to as many people as possible. And you, my friend, you're one of them. So please take all this motivation, take all the support, put it into something you actually want to do. And what I'm starting to realize now is this, is that as a business owner, we think differently. We don't think the same as everybody else does. And I sometimes forget how other people think because I'm not surrounded by average people, right? So whenever I hear someone say, oh, it's unrealistic that you were able to do this young. Oh, it's unrealistic that you work with. Like, I have people who don't believe me when I say I've worked with these type of people until I show them a screenshot of the guy's conversation with me and how I actually got them results. What I might have done at 16 years old might seem unrealistic to a lot of people. It might seem like impossible. But genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, if I was able to do it, you can do it too. I've been in this game for 4 years, but you could do it in 2. You could even do it in 1 if you learn the right skills. If I didn't start as an editor, but I started in sales, I would be 10 times richer. Who knows? So it's not a matter of comparing yourself to someone else who it took 4 years to make something good happen. It's a matter of looking at your own journey, looking at the skills you have, the skills you can learn, the resources around you, the people you have, and actually do something valuable with your life. Because a lot of my clients, a lot of the biggest people that I know came from knowing other people. For example, I signed a very big client yesterday who's made over $100 million from webinars because I knew the right people. I was in a group chat with him and somebody asked me how much I charge. I just dropped my price and he said, I'll pay that. So it's about knowing the right people and actually knowing the right resources, knowing the right skill sets and everything when it comes to that. Now, I know I said at the start of the video, if you made it till the end, I have a surprise for you. Now, I have a guide, like a free guide, how to make your brand the most perceivable as possible. Basically a full guide about brand perception. Everything that you need to know about how to make you look high status, how to look like an authority, how to be perceived as an authority. I'll have the link in the description right here. I don't give this to anybody, but because you made it to the end of this video, I'm giving you access. As well as this, if you want to work with me, if you want me to be your content director, I have a form below that you can apply. It'll take like 2 minutes just to answer a few simple questions to see if you're a good fit working with us. And if you are, either me or someone on my team will reach back out to you to get you started. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'm very happy you watched it till the end. I will be posting more videos like this, and yeah, just remember that I believe in every single one of you watching this video till the end. Peace.